Is a $1 million nest egg enough to retire at age 65 in 2024? This past week, I had a client we'll call Jane Smith with about $1 million nest egg, and she had lamented that it wasn't enough for her to retire. But then we broke it all down, and by the end of our discussion, her perspective had changed and she felt much better about her situation. But it started like this. Tim, $1 million isn't what it used to be. I don't think it's going to be enough. While $1 million doesn't have the purchasing power that it used to due to inflation, answering the question, is it enough, is going to vary depending on many variables unique to each household. Obviously, expenditures and the number of income streams available are going to play a key role in determining how far a $1 million portfolio can sustain one's finances throughout a 20, 30, or even a 40-year period of retirement. Let's take a look at a standard or a common situation that we see with most retirees. Now let's start with Social Security and Medicare. These are two important changes for retirees. A retiree at 65 is typically going to be eligible or nearing eligibility for both programs. And these programs can offer significant advantages. First, at 65, we can receive Medicare, and this is going to help reduce medical costs significantly. While Medicare does not cover all healthcare expenses and is not entirely free because you still have to pay for Parts B and D premium, but the basic health insurance costs are going to be alleviated. And second, most of us are going to receive Social Security in one form or another, and this is an important input for retirees. Even if it isn't going to pay us all that we need, it can do a good deal of the heavy lifting for us. How much and at what age to claim your Social Security benefit can make a large difference for retirees. And if you want a little bit more information on when to claim your Social Security benefits, check out the video on this channel titled, When Should I Take Social Security? But for the sake of this video, we're going to assume that Social Security is going to kick in at age 65 and will be about $3,400 per month or $40,800 per year. While retirement involves many variables, in general, the main question revolves around whether the combined income streams from retirement accounts and Social Security can meet one's expenses. A common rule of thumb suggests withdrawing approximately 4% from a retirement account annually, factoring in returns and principal drawdown, is going to be a safe withdrawal amount and will provide several decades of steady income. So a $1 million retirement account can translate into an annual withdrawal rate of around $40,000 a year or $3,333 per month. However, at my firm, we use a dynamic guardrail withdrawal approach, and this process allows us to send a higher amount to our clients, typically between 5 and 6%, as is determined by risk tolerance and some other expectations of the clients. And we can send this higher amount because our approach adapts to the market returns. It's dynamic, right? But our clients really appreciate this approach, and they like knowing what amount we can send them safely in dollars and cents, as opposed to some Monte Carlo percentages that many people don't find very helpful anyway, except for maybe a few engineer clients. Next, we need to determine spending and needs so that we can know what we're going to need for an income in retirement. A commonly applied rule suggests that in retirement, individuals typically require about 80% of their current income to maintain their existing standard of living. This shift is going to be attributed to changes in financial dynamics during retirement. Mainly, we're no longer contributing to our retirement accounts, and we'll have reduced tax obligations like FICA, which was what used to come out of our paycheck as contributions to Social Security and Medicare. And now that's flipped and we're taking our money back out of those. Now we're also going to need to consider expenses specific to our lives, right? Including housing. Obviously, for those residing in major cities, rental or ownership costs are going to be higher than in rural areas. We're also going to need to plan for medical needs, and we're going to need an emergency fund to cover unforeseen expenses like home repairs and or unexpected vehicle issues. Typically 3 to 6 months of expenses is a good amount for an emergency fund. And of course, we can't forget about sequence of return risk. And this is the possibility of selling assets during a market downturn. This can be detrimental to a retirement account, and it can be mitigated by setting aside cash and or fixed income, or basically, holding more steady, conservative type investments. And we call this the war chest at my firm. And this allows retirees to tap into savings when maybe their investments have gone down, because we want to give the investments time to bounce around and go back up, hopefully, right? Now, as of 2022, and this was the latest accurate data that I could find, the median household income was around $75,000 per year. And Jane is actually doing a little bit better than that, and she's earning over $100,000 per year. So when she retires, we're going to assume that she's going to need 80% of that, or $80,000 per year in retirement. Now, we can get very detailed with planning assumptions and expenses, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep it to generalities because I want to give you a basic framework of how to think about a $1 million nest egg and how it could work for you in retirement. So if she has $3,400 per month or $40,800 per year coming from Social Security, and we determine that we can send her 5.4% from her $1 million nest egg, which would be $4,500 per month or $54,000 per year, well, her Social Security benefit combined with what we can send her from her nest egg is going to equate to $94,800 per year. So if she needs $80,000 per year and she can safely receive $94,800 per year, she's in good shape, right? And for the actual conversation that I had this past week, Jane has a partner or a boyfriend and they keep financials separate. But she mentioned that he was going to pay some of the monthly and annual bills, so she would only actually need $4,000 per month or $48,000 per year, which would be easily surmountable for her. Now, in actuality, Jane is still working and plans to for a few more years and is a few years younger than age 65. So considering plans are always going to be changing and adapting, generalities for her situation were perfect and helped put her mind at ease, which of course is always the goal, right? But the bottom line, having enough in retirement is always a function of cash flows. Depending on your expectations, a $1 million nest egg can indeed provide a comfortable retirement income. But knowing when to take Social Security, which accounts to take money from, and at what time, and proper tax planning to limit lifetime tax liabilities are going to be crucial for maximizing retirement incomes. But even with conservative estimates, Jane should be in a good spot in a few years, assuming she has no major changes. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video. Once again, Tim Doehrmann here, founder of Eagle Ridge Wealth Advisors. And if you would like to see how we help our clients get the most out of their financial lives in retirement, please visit us at erwealth.com, and we hope to see you there.